Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sonny, and the other two nerds that make up this round table are Manny and Frank. What's up, guys?
Bone
Hi,
saws ready.
Oh yeah,
I'm
always
gonna
ready
bring.
for.
What does he say in Spider-Man? I'm
Uh,
going to. You got. Well, how's it go?
I
2
got
minutes,
3 minutes.
3 minutes, or something like that.
what was it like? 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh yeah.
There you
Playtime.
uh, oh, Macho Man, rest in peace. Fucking love you. But, anyways,
go.
um, what's going on,
Let's
guys? Anything?
do it.
Anything new and exciting going on with you guys?
It's going.
No.
Any of you guys getting Vanguard?
Not really.
No. Yeah, I don't know when the next new game I'll buy is. It's hard to tell. We'll see. Because I'm still
It's
on
gonna be Spider-Man
PlayStation
2.
4, so
That's what it's gonna be.
yeah, sure, why not?
You're fucking. Why are you even on this podcast?
I don't know. Why are you on this podcast? Why are we on this podcast?
I love Spider-Man,
What is
and I'm not
what is a
skipping
podcast?
another Marvel movie like some people I know.
Well, you already skipped one,
Okay.
and we skipped one, so I think we're even.
Why can't we be friends?
I skipped.
Because good
Why
friendship
can't
does make good
we
podcasts. So.
be friends?
I skipped Doctor Strange.
Skip
I-
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But I
and-
also have good reason. I have good reason why I skipped it. If
No, you
we
don't.
go back in the Wayback Machine, it came out in
Hmm.
2016. Now, if we go back to the record books and look into the sports section, we shall see that the Cubs won the World Series around that time. So, yeah.
Around that time, what was the date that it came out?
No, it was around that time. It was around that time. I
Hmm.
forget what time exactly, but it was around that time.
Excuses.
So that's why.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I saw everything. That includes Miss Marvel and for first
Hey.
two Thor
Oh,
Did you
movies.
say unfortunately?
Yeah, I wish I skipped Miss Marvel. It was just boring to
Oh,
me.
that
Like
was
this
Miss
is
Marvel didn't come
it's a
out, so
thingy.
you did skip it.
It's a thingy.
So
Captain Marvel or whatever her
yeah,
name
you
is.
put some respect.
Yeah, that's right.
I will not. No respect for me.
Put some respect on that name.
9. But yeah, I don't know if I mean initially I feel like I'm gonna skip the Eternals, but if I'm a lazy weekend or nothing to do, I might go see it if it's matinee or early enough for me. I might check it out.
Woo.
So, how about you, Frank? Are you gonna watch the Eternals?
I have no rush to watch that.
Aha, interesting.
Is there any reason
many
why
of
you guys don't want to see it?
Too many of them.
It's too many buttons. Too many
I
buttons.
sound like I don't remember.
Dude, you sound like an old man. There's too many people wearing red and blue.
You know all their
How can
names?
you guys keep track? How do you know all the names? Everyone's Batman to me.
I don't know, man. They haven't shown me a reason to care, so nah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's its own thing. Like it's, I mean, obviously everything's tied together, but it just feels like there's just a thing that they had to do. It doesn't feel well again without seeing the stingers at the end. Who knows? But I don't know. It just feels like they had to tack this on to go to the next step. So not too thrilled
I
about
don't
it.
think they even have the tech. It just feels pointless.
I mean, trailer looked really beautiful and everything, but besides that, there's nothing about the story or anything. I was like, I must watch this now.
Yes,
So
same here.
Well,
was
I
waiting
want to
for,
see what
Hawkeye stuff.
finally pushes them over the edge, because if Thanos didn't push them over the edge, whatever it did is probably really bad. So I don't think the point got across in the trailer for that, but
Yeah.
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 Oh, shame on you, marketing. But anyways, I guess let's just jump
Stupid
in
marketing
straight
team.
to our news here. And I guess I'll say, Frank, how would you like to bring up your first piece of news?
Sure. The only news I have is one that Manny shared, and it is about the Book of Boba teaser trailer.
oh yeah,
That was like Monday, right? Or like early in the week, because I completely
something like
forgot
that.
until like right now I was looking at my notes. I was like, wait a minute, that was this week? Holy crap.
It was this week, yeah.
Did you guys all watch it? I know Manny did.
Oh, of course I watched it.
Why'd you say I did? Jesus.
Because you shared it.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Well,
Yeah,
I shared
I
stuff
saw
without
it.
watching it before, so that probably doesn't even mean that you watched it, though.
I actually think I shared it before watching it.
Nice. Look at that. Looking out for us.
I did. Every time I see it. I did that today with Gemstones. But anyway, going back to Book of Boba, what'd you guys think?
Yes. Looks really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, man. That's something that is unexplored, I think, really. Because you always just hear about Jabba, right? And the whole criminal underworld, but we don't know really anything about it other than he's in charge. And he has like great parties at his lair all the time. And he likes to collect trophies of people who didn't pay him back.
Yeah. Yeah, and the world in general seems to be untouched. I mean, even in Clone Wars with Darth Maul and everything, I feel like it was still vastly, untouched with how the syndicate on that worked. This is interesting. I think people were expecting a very shoot 'em up, bang bang, punch 'em in the face type of trailer, and it kind of gave us more of a gangster drama almost, and I'm all for it. Again, looks beautiful just from the few shots that they showed us. Boba Fett is showing strength and wisdom without even raising his voice in some of the scenes. So I think he's gonna be a really cool character now that he actually has lines and not just and falls.
I wonder if they're gonna talk about what he's been doing or what he was doing all that time. Like, did he kind of lead up to this at all?
Oh, 100%, dude. There's gonna be fucking filler episodes of the Yin Yang. Come on.
Well, it's only like what, like 6 episodes, I think. Like
okay, that means that there's gonna be 3 filler episodes,
which is fine.
Yep.
Because
we'll get 5 minutes.
I mean, because if his backstory is a necessary filler. Now, if there's like him like, oh my speeder broke down and we're stuck in
that kind of stuff. Padding stuff.
On a rock, I mean, then that's super filler.
100%.
But if it's like
we're gonna get one of those.
I know.
There's always filler somewhere. Yeah. They gotta have so many episodes. But
I mean, Bad Batch was so bad about it.
Fennec's gonna be like, "Oh, I have a stomach ache. I need more oil for my stomach."
Oh, I ran out of wine. Let's go find some.
Yeah.
It'll still be fun though, as long as it gets punched
It'll
in the
be
face.
Good.
But overall, I think that this is, again, from what I remember, I think it's a shorter series or season compared to what they put out with most of their shows. So, will it be tighter? Hopefully, but just give me more Boba Fett, give me some more of this underworld, see how it works. And did they say this is like a limited one-time off, or is this potentially more?
I don't know, but this is the reason why we're not getting season 3 of Mando.
Yeah. Well, I won't say I'm okay with it, but
I don't know.
I mean,
doesn't that mean
it's not like we're like
getting it later?
Yeah, we're getting it later, but we could have got it today or this year, and we're not.
Well, his voice was in the trailer, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. He was asking, he said something about you're So you're
sitting
taking the
in the
throne
seat
now, or
you're
something like that, or I don't know.
it's like you're sitting in the chair of your former employer,
Yeah.
and then it sounded like good old Mando in the
I thought that
very
was
first part of the trailer.
Good
maybe
old Din,
Yeah.
Dinjarin.
Anyways,
Mr. Din.
Jarwin, Mr. Metal Buckethead. Yeah, no, it was good. And I mean, we can almost guarantee we're going to talk about it here, anyways, episode by episode every week. So
Okay.
stay tuned for that. Some more shenanigans and tomfoolery ahead. I think
You really like
it's
that
safe
word,
to say
tomfoolery.
I do.
Tomfoolery.
I
Good
feel
one.
like you overuse it. You
Very
said it
much
like
so.
4 times last week.
I did.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say today.
Now, granted,
Oh no,
there was a
no.
lot of shenanigans
Tomfoolery
going
going
on
on.
in those movies. So
I wish you were saying tomfoolery again.
Tomfoolery.
I got words. I got a thesaurus. No, but yeah, I think it's safe to say we're all on board with this, and
yeah.
we're excited. So, yeah, that was
For sure.
because it comes out December 29th.
Is
Yes.
it 29th? I thought it was
I
Christmas.
think so.
20. No, it's after
After.
7th or 9th. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, just in time for
What's
New
that?
Year's
What's
Eve
that
weekend.
annoying little character's name again? Omega, right? Or no, Alpha? No, Omega.
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 They should make a live action of her.
Oh, 100%. I think that's going to happen. But
Yeah.
Hunter, we have to save him.
We have to save this stupid little creature and risk our lives.
Well,
No, we
she's
don't.
British. You really don't like her, do you?
It's all right.
She's all right, I guess. So I don't want her to live anymore.
I want to see something like when she's grown up or something, or I don't know if she impacts anything else later on.
That's fair enough.
Any more news on anything else, guys?
Yeah, I got two things real quick. Tie in with my nerd outs, so just kind of get that set up here. Zack Snyder did an interview with a place and a thing on a podcast. Don't remember what the name was, but I have the quote here. He talks about the sequel and the upcoming projects for Army of the Dead World trilogy, saga films, and all that kind of stuff he's doing. So here's the quote. First of all, I know exactly what I wanted to see in the sequel. We're doing the animated series, which will come out next year. The animated series very much devolves deeply into the way of the zombie apocalypse, and where the zombies come from exactly. I think the time loops, portals, doorways, and other realms, things of that nature, are very much in play. So all of those clues that have been given out throughout the movie are very much part of how we continue to spiral out of the Army of Dead universe. And the sequel
he's really jumped the gun.
And the sequel to Army of the Dead is, as he said, is Planet of the Dead. So,
yeah.
I wasn't really aware of this theory. It was stated in the Army of Dead movie between the two guys down at the vault. They were kind of having a conversation. And then some stuff in the prequel movie, Army of the Dead, shows up, and watched some videos on YouTube about it. And I'm like, this is a theory I wasn't aware of. And I intrigued,
What theory?
guess.
Yeah, what theory?
The theory of loops, portals, and doorways to other
We did know
realms and
this.
dimensions.
We talked about this.
I don't know about no loops or doorways. I thought it was like
Yep.
aliens or cyborgs or what?
Yeah,
Something
we're talking about aliens and like.
Well, aliens for sure, but then we knew they were talking about loops and all that, and then there was something.
I don't like what he's doing with this. Really
There's something weird that happens in the movie where we're like, wait, what? That was
some
that
kind
was
of
time
like
loops,
color,
wasn't
right?
it?
When somebody was shot, it was like some color
No, that
shot out of them or something.
No, that was robot. That was a robot. But I want to say we knew about the time loop stuff. I'm gonna have to go back to that episode. I'm gonna go back to that episode and see.
Okay.
I just don't know where he gets off like expanding like this.
I'll tell you have the
Like,
balls to do something.
nah, it's just in a stupid way though. Like, it's like, okay, let's do a Safecracker prequel. It's like, no, you're not fucking do that.
Oh, he
And
is.
then now something animated next year. I just don't like what he's doing with it. So
He just wants to get out of the system. That's what it is.
You
I guess.
cheated son of a man. No, I mean, I will talk about uh Army of Thieves coming up. I watched it. I'll talk about it next on Nerd Outs.
Is
But
that out already?
yeah, it's out. I
Why am I on this podcast?
It can't be good.
I
There's no way.
I don't mind
Oh my god, it's
him.
not good. You're trying to make it sound good.
Yep.
No.
Kind of like force
No,
I
yourself.
don't.
this is what it is.
Shut up.
It's gonna be on your
I
top
don't-
10 list.
I don't mind him doing any more weird stuff to it. I kind of prefer I because again I kind of want him to go full Snyder and just like have fun with it and do something a little bit different. I mean, it was fun. There's a lot of little like cool
I
things
like
in
that
there.
movie.
It kind of set things up for other stuff. Made you like, well, again with the robots because I didn't really catch that stuff at first until Manny brought it up because I was like I was just watching it to enjoy it. So there's stuff in there like, okay, I kind of want to see what you're gonna do with it. You know, it came from Area 51, and where did it come from? How did this all start? And how is now these realms and portals how are they gonna come into effect and play? It's kind of interesting. I am very interested in the animated thing. I definitely want to know more about the world, so I am with it. I just hope he doesn't hold back. He just goes, you know what? I'm going full Schneider. Screw it. Let's have some
I don't
fun.
think he is though. I
Hmm.
don't know. I mean, he is
How's
kind
he
of
not going full Snyder? There's
concept.
fucking aliens, robots, and fucking
Yeah.
portals. How's he not going full Snyder already?
Yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm saying.
because we only had because we got 2 movies so far. We got more coming. I fucking love Army of Thieves. Yeah. And then the animated movie will come out next year. So that one I'm really interested in. That should be really cool, depending on what kind of art style they go with. So yeah, I'm with it with the world, 100%. As of right now, anyways. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about the series as a whole, or what could come of it, but or if you're just kind of like, I'll just watch it and enjoy as it comes out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna watch Enjoy as it comes out, but the ideas that he's throwing out are just really unappealing to me.
Alrighty,
Like, I don't
we
know,
got a
that
kill.
doesn't seem like a way to start off with a bang with this universe to do the Safecracker movie. I don't know. Has no zombies in it, or does it?
Well, I'll tell you in a few.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
How about you, Manny? What do you feel about it? All of this? That sounds about right. Well,
Show me.
moving on from that, then. I just kind of want to touch on something else that ties in with my other nerd out. The movie "The Harder They Fall" came out this week on Netflix, and I was not aware of this. The story is made up and everything, and how what plays out in the movie, but all the main characters are actually based off of actual black cowboys or outlaws or sheriffs in actual history, which I wasn't aware of until I kind of looked a little more into the movie. And I just kind of want to talk about this real quick. One of the characters, which he's a badass. So I just want to bring it to light so people know more. Where is it? There you go. Bass Reeves was the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi, known for being a talented shooter, lawman, and investigator. Over the course of his career, Reeves apprehended over 3,000 criminals, killed 14 in self-defense, and was apparently never wounded despite being shot at numerous occasions. The real-life Reeves exploits as the marshal and cowboy have also led many to believe he inspired the Lone Ranger movie, TV show, and radio show character. this character is probably closest to the actual version of the real life in the movie, or the movie version is closest to to reality, for the actual character in history, and the other characters divulge differently in the movies, but it's just kind of cool that they actually took like black cowboy history, put it in this really cool, um, uh, like a Western Avenger style type of like film. I guess is the best way to say it, like an ensemble piece of like historical figures and just duking it out. So yeah, and again, that's also part of my nerd out. So I'll talk about more of the movie in general. I just kind of wanted to bring that up. I thought it was pretty cool little tidbit to kind of put out there.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I want to
that
hear about
is
this movie.
so that is my nerd outs. I mean, not my nerd outs. That's my news. For
this is gonna be a quick episode.
We always
You got
say
anything for us, man?
Teaser trailer for the Gemstones came out.
Oh yeah.
That looks pretty funny. So I'm down for that.
Yeah. Oh,
It seems like there's going to be some like COVID stuff in there. They're just going to mention COVID and God Digital or something. So
naturally.
yeah.
I completely forgot. The Morbius trailer came out as well earlier this week too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess
liked it.
quick.
You guys pooped on it.
There you go.
For me?
Yeah, I guess like a small like wet fart. Because
I
I
was
don't know,
not
it just looked.
impressed by it.
It's part
It
of the
looked like
process.
a Sony movie.
That's why I'm accepting it.
Well, I guess that is a reason. I mean, again, it just looked like a Sony movie. It looks uninspired. It just looks kind of like, hey, we need to make this because we got things planned for Spider-Man later. Maybe, who knows? We don't know what's going on with the deal. It just again just feels like it's a movie that doesn't need to exist. He could be part
Really?
of someone else. Yeah, I
What?
mean, right now,
What
yeah,
if
because I
it
mean,
ties
Morbius
in with
doesn't need a
Blade?
movie.
it just
No.
What if it
You
ties in with
can't say
Blade?
that.
yeah.
Oh, what if it ties?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
Marvel's
but
like,
why not
cool,
just
all
I
right,
guess, but
just put him in
we'll
the
work
movie
on
though?
this together. You can
yeah,
make your Morbius. Or how about they said, all right, Marvel. We'll give you Spidey for a couple more movies. Then you maybe give him back to us, or maybe we'll talk again. But our Venom ties in with your MCU, and our Morbius fights with your Blade. Or MCU is like, okay, you can have all that, but we want to introduce Morbius to fight Blade. But I'm pretty sure Sony's the one who started that conversation.
Probably.
yeah. I mean,
Or as a bargaining
I mean,
chip.
I think it would have been really easy to again with the whole again we don't know what's going on until the movie comes out, but the craziness of Loki and the up and coming Doctor Strange film, or Doctor Strange and Spider-Man film, you could easily could introduce Morbius and Blade in a Spider-Man movie, and kind of have Blade go, "Hey, I'm Blade, haha."
In a
I don't
Spider-Man
see the
movie?
point of having
No.
Morbius have his own movie.
No.
I probably
Yeah,
couldn't do it,
make a
man.
tribute
I
to
don't know.
the '90s show. You know,
Well, that would be cool, but I mean,
kinda
I
cool.
don't know.
No.
I would want it to
Because again,
do that, but I mean, you're not
Pass.
gonna do
because
that.
again, like Blade, because like again, Blade himself, if not a Spider-Man movie, where do you put him? And Morbius has to again, so that means you have to shoehorn Morbius the whole film to possibly have Blade show up. It's
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
I don't know, if, you know,
Morbius
it's that
secretly
it's.
becomes a Blade movie.
I don't know. I mean,
You
I
just
really
have
do
Marvel
want them to
fatigue.
do Blade.
You can't find
Now
like
if
the
it
excitement
was,
in all this.
Well, they need to give more than just like the tease that. Oh, what if this ties with that? Well, I'm over that. I
yeah,
need a good movie. I don't
yeah.
need like
At
We
this
do
point, you
have
gotta
good
start
movies.
showing.
yeah, but Morbius doesn't look good.
Oh, well, it's
Okay,
a Sony.
no. We have good
It's
Marvel
accepted.
movies. We don't have good Sony movies. That's the difference. We don't have good Sony movies, and Morbius falls under Sony right now. So not too much to be excited about that.
I wonder who
Well,
hired.
it just
Wes.
seems pointless, man.
No.
It's like, what is the point of this movie? Like, this dude does an experiment, and he's halfway turning into the what thing we actually want to see for the whole movie. And at the end,
Well, it
we'll
looks like
get a little teaser where he watches TV and gets excited about something.
No,
I hate to be
Venom,
cynical, man. Honestly, this
for
is,
Venom,
you know
we
that
saw
I
a lot
love
more
this stuff.
Venom. We saw a lot more Venom in Venom 2 than we did in all of Venom. Second part, we did see final transformation of Morbius, and granted, it might happen at the end, but we do get final transformation. So I don't know. I'm open minded. I believe in
I hope you're right.
this whole thing.
I
believe
want
in
to.
this
I
whole
want to
thing.
be more enthusiastic about it. I'm not right now. That's all.
Yeah. Well, again, like if Sony was like, "Hey, Marvel, just take it, run with it, cool," but Sony wants to be like, "No, we gotta put our shoes on too, because we're gonna go with you," and they gotta do their own thing, and they can't do their own thing well. They
That's
just
kind of
can't
a
keep
funny
up.
way to put it.
So it's like they can't keep up with Marvel, so they're just trying to put stuff out and try to get kind of what
They're like, no, you said I could borrow your
DC does,
balls.
just like
No, I'm gonna
rushing
keep
stuff
it.
out. Yeah, yeah, like DC and Sony had the same issue where they just keep rushing to get things out and done instead of taking their time. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, I mean, the James Gunn movie was very good. Had a lot of fun with that.
James Gunn.
Yeah, the new Suicide Squad.
No, that's fun. Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah, it was a good one. They got a diamond in the rough somewhere. So, but yeah, again, we'll see where.
Anyone? Anyone?
Yes,
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Arabian Nights.
Oh, I thought you were keep going.
Oh, I forgot those.
So yeah,
I didn't start out pretty well there.
That was good. That was good. Hit the
You
high
did a
note
good
pretty well.
job.
So that's our feeling on Morbius. We'll go ahead and move on to our nerd outs. Unless is there any other last minute news you guys have or want to bring up?
No, sir.
Not me.
Okay. Who would like to offer up their offerings first?
I'll go. So a couple of my nerd outs. Main one is probably Metroid. Been trying to find at least 30 minutes a day to an hour to playing that. I'm currently stuck again.
Handheld or on the TV?
Handheld, because I forgot. I don't
Okay.
know where my controller's at. But
Oh.
what I wanted to say is that that game is so fulfilling. Awesome game.
Yeah.
Console buyer, 100%. There's parts where I'm fighting a boss and something clicks in my head and it makes it easier to fight that boss. But like even the bosses are kind of like puzzles, which is awesome. There are parts where you have to go between. They're not worlds, they're not planets, but I guess different parts of the planet that can get a little tedious. Lucky enough, you're strong enough where you can kind of just fly past everything and not really get hurt. But awesome game. Super happy that I have it. Yeah, I'm sad that I'm almost going to beat it. So maybe I might just hold off a little bit, but I'm afraid that I might completely drop it, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, great game. I bought it digital so I could keep it. But it gives me kind of like Metroid Fusion kind of memories. And that was a great game.
GameCube, or when was that?
No, that was Game Boy Advance.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
That's right.
Yep, Game Boy Advance. I don't even think we're talking about the SP there. Which is great.
Oofa.
What else we got to say? What else? Violet and I finally started this season of Succession. Have you guys ever watched this show?
No.
No, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
It's an HBO show. and it is probably one of the best shows, and I had so much fun with this show. But it's basically a show that follows a super 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 rich family, like billionaires. Like they have all the money that you could think of. They own news outlets. They own cruise lines, I should say. Everything that you could think of. But they all the kids. There's 4 kids, and all of them want to become like CEO and all that. And they screw each other, but then at the end they become like family again. Like it's so crazy. It's fun. There's this one particular character named Greg, and he's the cousin, so he's not completely 100% related to everybody involved, but he
Is this like
comes.
the opposite of Shameless or something?
Uh,
Like this is kind of what I'm
kinda.
thinking. I'm like,
A little more serious than Shameless, but kinda.
Okay.
Kinda.
Okay.
Because they have so much money that it's almost realistic. It pretty much is realistic for the most part. The problem is that since it's one of those shows that just a lot of talking in it, the vocabulary is pretty high up there. So sometimes you could kind of get lost, or when the actual story is unfolding, you're like, wait, what do they want to do, or what's happening? It gives you enough where even if you can't follow with the vocabulary or you're not really too keen on stocks or anything like that, that it'll give you enough where you know what's going on and you can still have fun. I remember we started watching this last year, so I'm pretty sure we were talking. I was talking about it last year, but Violet and I think this is the first time she kind of maybe we thought she had COVID, ended up not being COVID, but
Okay.
I wanted to watch it for the longest, and I was like, I'm gonna put it on. She's like, I don't want to watch it. Well, I'm like, too bad. I'm putting it on because I've been wanting to watch it because I heard some good stuff, and she got hooked with it, and then we just killed like the 2 seasons that day, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, awesome show. I think you guys will probably enjoy it, to be honest. Frank, maybe not you, because I feel like you can't really sit still and watch it. Sonny, you're a toss up, man. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you like. I don't think it's artsy enough for you, to be honest. But I think it's just a fun show where if you sit down and pay attention, you could have some fun with it. The family's kind of crazy. So we got that, and then I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
Dun dun dun.
Yep, we'll leave it alone. But yeah, those are my nerd outs.
Pretty cool. Quick question: How long do you think it would take to complete?
Metroid?
Yeah, or like, how far are you into it?
Like how many hours you put in?
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. How long is a normal game? Like 8 hours?
Like like a story game maybe.
8 to 12 hours, I think, is the average.
I heard it was around 8. 8
Yeah,
to 10.
I would say about that. But
Okay.
the problem is that it could also turn out to be longer than that, all depending on if you know where to go and you get the first try right. Like there's a lot of stuff that kind of goes into that. Like right now, I'm kind of running around, and I'm sure that's going to add a couple hours onto the gameplay.
Okay.
But yeah.
Are you stuck on a? You said you're on a planet. You're not stuck on a ship or something? Because that's the impression I got from the trailer, that you were like being hunted by like.
You're on a planet. No, you're on a planet, and that's those are things in the planet. Not things, but those are rooms on the planet, kind of thing. You're in like different sections of the planet. I think your ship like crashes or something, or I forgot what it was, or there's a distress call or something like that. You know, it's normal sci-fi shit that get you in trouble.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. I want to try it.
It's an awesome game.
It'll never go down in price, so one day I'll have to
That's true.
bite the bullet.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Maybe.
Maybe. Cool. Thank you, Manny. Frank, would you like to grace us with your nerd outs?
Sure. I got into Spawn this week, and it's mainly because of the new comics and new figures coming out. And I think I would say before this new series of figures came out, they probably haven't had like a full-on series of figures for 10 years, maybe more. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, but it's been a long time. And yeah, so I mean, there was the Kickstarter, if you guys heard about that. I believe that was
that finished,
year.
Right?
Yeah, it started, I believe, early 2020 or early 2020, I think. And then everybody got their stuff last year. Something like that. But that one did not appeal to me. It had like a very rigid cape where it was just all like a big piece of plastic. It didn't move. A lot of the body parts didn't move. And then he was really trying to upsell people on autographs and like special heads and like different versions, where one of them was like, there was like a classic one, a modern one, blah, blah, blah. So there's all these different options, and I just didn't buy into it. So I didn't get one. And then the Mortal Kombat version came out, so I got that one, and then nothing for a while. And then now he's kind of really churning everything out. Like he's got like a clown and a violator and all the different versions of Spawn and all that. So that kind of got me back in. And then obviously, like I was saying, the comics, he's also kind of revamping the comics as well. And the cool thing is that I use that app that I bring up from time to time, Hoopla, where you can rent free comics through your library. So I was able to read a lot of it there. He's got, I believe, 1, 2, 3, I think at least 3 series already right now. There's one that follows the Gunslinger Spawn. There's one that's like just follows Spawn himself, and there's one that's called Spawn Universe, which is trying to like bring together all the spawns. You know how he has so many different spawns, medieval and all that. So yeah, you know, like throughout the years where he has the figures come out, there's like a ninja one, there's a
gotcha.
Spawn, this type of Spawn, that type of Spawn. So it has all that stuff. The comics are okay to me. They're not, the story's not, I don't know, I don't really like the way it's written, I think. But I'm appreciating the art and the figures more than anything. And so I was just kind of like, I just wanted anything and everything Spawn. So I rewatched Spawn, the movie. I think it's on Netflix right now. They just brought it on November 1st. So if you want to have a little nostalgia, go watch that. And then then the HBO series, I started finally watching that.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I've always meant to watch it, and like here and there I would watch 1 or 2, but I never got very far at all. And this time I just kind of let it play for very long periods of time. And I think there's 3 seasons. I'm on season 3 right now. But what's kind of cool about it is it follows the classic series, so you get a lot of those old villains that you probably have seen, but you don't really know a lot about them. And so this kind of explores them a little bit more. So one of them is like this soldier that Al Simmons used to do missions with, but now he like re-meets him at Spawn, and there's just a lot of stuff as far as what happens with that. And I think this series is like what, like late 90s or something.
Something like that.
After the movie, I think, or a little bit before the movie.
Right? Yeah, either before or after. But I mean, overall, I mean, the voice acting I like because of Keith David as Spawn, and it develops into more of the comic realm, the classic comic realm. So you get a lot of that craziness as far as following all that. But most of it has to do with like the human level stuff on Earth.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of demon stuff. And so most of it is like human based, city based, and stuff like that. And then there is a couple characters show up in there called Sam and Twitch. If you guys ever heard of them, they're like these two detectives that are working some of the crimes related to Spawn.
Well, Twitch was supposed to be one of the main character in his movie, I think.
Yeah, and then he's working on a TV series for Sam and Twitch as well, and supposedly that's moving forward. So, that could be something, but you never know. But anyway, I really got into Spawn this week. And I got the Violator figure, I believe, this week, or maybe I got it last week. I can't remember anymore. But it is really, really big. I mean, it's like probably the width of like 3 Spawns figures.
Damn.
And the height probably like, I don't know, it's like more than 10 inches, like maybe a foot tall. It's freaking huge.
That's a beefy boy.
Really detailed. This big, giant, ugly monster. So, pretty cool. I've always been into him. Like, when I first saw the comic as a kid, I was like, whoa, what's this? This is so cool. And I already knew the artwork because of his drawings on Spider-Man. Those, to me, were like the greatest drawings of Spider-Man that I ever saw as a kid. The McFarlane ones. Like that cover where he's bending over and all the webs are in the back. Those were the ones where I was like, holy crap, this is like the coolest Spider-Man drawing ever. And so from there, the movie came out, and I was always interested in his figures because they were really, really beautifully sculpted, but they were always more like statues. You couldn't really move them, but they looked really cool. So, yep.
So, like
crazy.
now?
Yeah, I mean, they can move them now. Now he has a lot of movement in him, stuff like that.
A lot of articulation.
And then besides that, I started listening to Smart Lists finally.
Nice.
I was on my way somewhere, and I was like, I need to listen to something because it's gonna be like half an hour and then half an hour home, and I really need something, so I'm not so damn bored. So I was looking through like latest episodes of podcasts, to all the ones I subscribed to, and I was like Smart List, and I was like, okay, maybe Smart List. I was like Tom Hanks. I'm like, and then I started remembering what Manny said. He's like, you get like another angle on somebody, like where it's not so formal and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Download it, start listening immediately. Yeah, I liked it right away. Just how the guys mess around with each other, making fun of each other. And then Tom Hanks comes on, and he does go into a lot of his career stuff, which is kind of cool because I've never really like known a lot of the stuff that a lot of the behind the scenes for him. Like haven't really paid attention to that. So for me, it was like all new information. And he did talk a lot about the war movies that he's a part of, and Castaway, and all the comedies and the early days and all that stuff. But throughout the whole thing, they're having fun and making fun of each other and everything. So that keeps it really interesting, and it doesn't make it to be like just a boring interview in that way.
Definitely not, dude. Especially Arnett and Jason, they do a good job just messing with everyone, and then Arnett
the whole time
with his voice and like saying "God, fuck," and then
they were actually talking about him. They were like, after you played Batman, there's something happened to you. You started talking differently.
Voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who's the guy from Will and Grace? Not Sam. Fuck, what's his name? Let me look it up. But anyway, they're nominated for a couple awards on Sean Hayes. A couple awards on iHeartRadio, and I guess Sean Hayes was nominated for Best Host, and obviously there's 3 hosts. You heard this was in that episode, Frank, and they were all kind of making fun of Sean Hayes and all that. It was like, yeah, come on, Best Host. It was
okay.
so funny, dude.
I thought they were more talking about Hanks because they were mentioning all his awards, and I think I lost the part about Hayes.
No, it was towards the beginning, the very beginning,
Oh, okay.
when they were like they're all talking
I might have
about
been distracted. 'cause
talking
like
to
I
each
said,
other and all that.
I was like going somewhere, and I was probably distracted.
Yeah,
But,
keep listening, dude. Even the commercials, like sometimes I skip some of the like I fast
Oh, I
forward some of the
skipped the hell out of
commercials on
those.
some of
There
my
was too many.
podcasts. No, but they're actually pretty funny. They're actually pretty funny because they read all their commercials
Mhm.
and sometimes they like have fun with them.
Oh, okay.
Like especially when like one of my favorites are probably like the McDonald's ones because you know these fucking assholes don't eat at McDonald's all the time. But their
Nah.
stories that they say and all that, they're like, yeah, when my kids say they want McDonald's, you know what I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
them? And Sean's like, no, what? And Jason's like, I tell them, let's go. I was like, shut the fuck up. No, you don't.
Stupid stuff. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I mean they're really funny and they're entertaining and everything. It was a good first episode, and I did not finish it. I had like another 10 or 15 minutes, but yeah, I'm into it, and gonna be one of my go-tos for when I need something to listen to. Because like yeah, I was saying it's upbeat and everything, and it's interesting. You know, some of these people they have on there. I mean, obviously they have access to be able to get big names and stuff.
Yeah, the newest
But,
one is Jerry Seinfeld. They have Jeff Daniels on there, with Jeff Daniels was awesome. Sometimes there's going to be people that you're like, I don't know that name, and then you look them up and you're like, oh, I do know that name.
Right.
Armisen, Sean Penn was on there. JJ was a good one. Ryan Reynolds was a good one.
Nice. Yeah, I want.
David Cross.
Oh yeah, I would listen to that.
There's a lot of good ones on here, dude. Even Gwyneth Paltrow was a good one. Oh, Baba Odenkirk.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Crap. I want to look at all these. Ricky Gervais, Conan O'Brien. Hey, Conan O'Brien for you. Oh, they had Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Robert Downey Jr.
Nice.
Yeah, that is awesome. The first one was Dax Shepard. I don't know who that is, though.
Oh, the guy from Punk'd.
I know him, but I wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't listen to that one.
I would give him a shot. He is pretty funny. He's pretty cool to listen to every now and then.
But out of all the other ones, I mean, he'd be really.
Oh, he would be the first fucking episode. I could see them all sitting together and be like, "Hey, can you want to be on it and on this? You be the first episode? Yeah, sure. Can I bring my wife?
Might as well.
Actually, they probably wanted Christian Bale. And they're like, no.
But we gotta take the husband too. Gotta take that shit.
Yeah.
But he's,
all right.
he's pretty good to listen to.
I'm excited you listen to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep listening. It's really good. That was it for me.
That's all? Okay. Sounds good to me. I guess I shall come up next. I watched, as I stated previously in the episode, Army of Thieves and The Harder They Fall. So I'll start with Army of Thieves. Right at the back, I give it a 5 out of 10. I do like the main character a lot. I think he's pretty funny. He's pretty charming and likable. It's kind of where the bus stops. Kind of.
Jesus Christ, what was that? The brakes on the bus?
Because freaking ring fell off.
I think the biggest issue is that the cast around them is really not that interesting. They're just kind of there to be like, I don't know.
We're
British.
part of the universe.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's British stereotypes or like these like the kooky crazy people that come together to make a family. You got the hacker chick who's a DJ and she just like she's like deep and wise, and you got the getaway driver. Hey, bro, I'm gonna kick your ass, man. Oh yeah, and he has chains and a nice clean cut beard all the time. And then you got the big American with muscles who likes to punch people in the face and has a temper issue, and they're all pretty stereotypes, standard stuff. They're not really that interesting. Even the love interest for main character is just kind of again, a girl with the past who doesn't like to let people in, and it's all pretty cliche stuff. The heist
So
stuff is
she
kind
meets
of
this
cool.
little fuck boy.
But let's in
Uh,
a safe
um,
breaker, code cracker, whatever he's fucking called.
yeah, a safe cracker.
This sounds lame as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
she
lie.
lets them in and all that. Yeah, it was
No.
not. No, yeah, I mean, it
It does,
dragged.
man. I tried
It
to watch
was.
it. I actually watched 10 minutes and I was like, I just don't, I can't watch this right now. I don't feel like it.
Sonny, let's just fucking skip it. What'd you give it? What's the score?
Well, thank
He
you for
did. He told
listening.
me
And
at the
I
beginning.
literally just told you what it was.
What was it?
5 out of 10.
What'd you give Django?
I can't remember. I want to say either a 5.5 or a 6 something.
This was just a little
Um,
bit worse than Django. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right.
I don't know. It's kind of the
I don't-
problem with ratings that, like, you could give something a 7 and something else a 6, but maybe the 6 was more enjoyable. That could happen too. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with the Django thing. I'm just saying, like, ratings are weird sometimes.
Yeah, and again, I am in a very small minority of people who score Django low, because you got all these nerdy white people on YouTube. Oh, this is a masterpiece from Tarantino. This is him at his apex. He's incredible. I'm like, shut up. No,
Well, I think you get black people that say it, that they like it.
they like it, but you got the other guys. This is Quentin Tarantino at his best. This is the masterpiece. This is magnum opus movie, which I've heard a number of times on reviews. I'm like, what?
Well,
No,
I'm sure Jamie Foxx
But-
likes it a
But
lot.
why does that diminish what you thought about it?
no, it
Yeah.
doesn't. But no, but what I'm saying is, like I said, I'm in the minority of it, and either people seem to call this the greatest thing he's ever made, or me in this small character where I'm like, the issues I think are a little too big to overlook on it to like really enjoy it. Because again, like I was uncomfortable in that movie a lot of times where the N word is just tossed around so much at the point where it's just like, okay, I get it, Tarantino,
Why
you're
are you
edgy,
uncomfortable?
you want to be. It's just
You're
too
not the
much,
one
man.
saying it.
No, no. Well, again,
I
to
don't
me, it
know
was
if
just like,
that
all
makes
right,
it
I
any
get it.
better, Frank.
No, I'm
No,
just saying, like, why does it bother you though?
because it bothers me. I mean, because again, it's just like
I'm not saying
it,
it doesn't bother me. I'm
it's
saying, like,
it it's like watching an unnecessary rape scene in a movie, or like someone getting beat unnecessarily to where
I don't
it
know
just
about
feels
that. It's one
like
word for half a second.
well, good for you. I'm glad for you,
It's
but
a
I'm not
no,
saying
word
I
that
like,
like.
means a lot.
I'm just saying it doesn't, like, destroy the movie, you know.
well, we're not talking about you and what you say. And you asked me what I thought about it, and I'm trying to tell you guys. So like
No, dude,
either I
telling
can
you.
explain it or not. But like that stuff just like it to me held it down. The ending after the shootout just drags on for too long. I think Jamie Foxx was miscasting it, or gave like wrong directions of how it should have been or something. I don't know. I just feel like it's uneven, because there's great stuff in it. There's fantastic stuff in it. Christoph Waltz is amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio, amazing. The shootout stuff
I
was
keep
fun.
forgetting Leo's in there.
um,
Hmm.
the shootout stuff is great with the blood splattering. It's over the top. That was cool, but
Yeah.
but everything between those things just drags on. And it's just like, again, the ending just goes on for way too long. As soon as that
I,
should have happened, it just dragged.
I think the ending is just like an extra. Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
No, because again, like after the shootout, they got him hanging upside down. They're threatening
It
him.
is kind of long after that.
Yeah, like he's got to escape from the prisoners, the Australian guys that are taking him to the camp. Then he's got to run all the way back, and I don't know. It just really drags on. And it just kind of stops its all forward progress. I felt like it's one of his most uneven films. I think if he was a little more focused, if someone was able to ring him in, because again, like Hateful Eight, great movie, fucking love it. The characters, the dialogue is amazing. Hateful Eight, I love that movie with a passion, like I do Inglourious Bastards. I
Funny
just
thing
feel like
is, I think Hateful Eight's ending drags more than Django's, especially when he gets
yeah,
shot in the balls.
yes,
Or I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
that
it does.
drags a lot more than Django did, because Django, you still had his arc to kind of complete,
Django.
and like, I just, from what I remember about Django, I feel like he still had a story to kind of like finish up and tie up the loose ends. Where that one was just like, fuck, dude, are you gonna die from this fucking shot to your balls
Yeah.
or what? And like, come on.
oh no, yeah, and again, like Hateful Eight is not without its issues as well. Like again, like the movie's extended way too much with that flashback scene just to tell us that, spoiler alert, that they're all bad people.
Yeah.
That it's not just one. They're all bad. Cool, thanks. And I don't need to know that shedding charming potato was in there. To like have a scene and shoot
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson in the balls. That drives the movie down, slows it down a lot. Again, and that's another Tarantino thing. He likes to add things in there to make things longer because he loves old style films being like 3-4 hours long, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Again, another good movie, great dialogue stuff, but it's like that one's a little easier to digest in length, but it's still a long
That
ass
one
movie.
didn't really drag for me.
That was long.
It's long, but I felt like it never really dragged. I don't know. That was a weird movie.
I don't know.
Yes, a weird one.
Um,
So yeah, again, like I always say, like Jackie Brown's my favorite Tarantino film because it's very because it knows what it is and from point A to B, it knows what it is and it sticks with it. It doesn't bounce around. Like again, Kill Bill is fun. It turns into like an anime to like part western and a samurai film, and it's all over the place, which is sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's
but that's what
that's
you
his
get from
style.
Tarantino,
And
right? Yeah, he's all over the place, and that's
no,
why
right, and again,
you.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. For me, more often than not, it does work. But to me, Django's the one that kind of falls flat. Like Kill Bill 2 has again like good scenes, but I don't remember the movie as a whole. Like
Do
I
you
know the fight scene in the trailer, and
do you
her
almost
training.
feel like you shouldn't like Django, and that's why you don't like Django
Oh no,
because of how many
I
times it says the N word?
it
Because I've heard that from people.
yeah, like I don't feel like I should hate it. I actually want to like call it like my favorite one, but I don't know, like with all that, and then again the unevenness and the pacing of the film for me, I feel is just kind of like
You
it
feel
just
like there's a
drags.
lot of unevenness in that movie?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, for me. Because cooking like in my head, the things that pop out is Christoph Waltz and Leonardo DiCaprio in the shootout at Candyland. Everything else is just there to get me from those scenes to the next scene to the next scene, which is like the three main scenes. Everything else is just there to get me to those points, and it's not that interesting for me. I don't know. Like again, there's glimpse of awesomeness and greatness in it. That speech with DiCaprio is still like one of the best things I think he's done. I think it's fantastic. Waltz is always great. Um, but yeah, I don't
Yep.
know. Again, I like Tarantino for just having the balls to say, yeah, you know what, I rip it off or I pay homage to stuff, but I do it in my way where it's different and he's willing to try different things. But again, more often than not, it's usually a hit. But for me, every now and then he misses, and that's just kind of where it is with me. But I am excited to see what his last supposedly last project will be. Um, so there's that, and yeah, and again, there's not too much to add to Army of Thieves because there's not much to talk about. The only thing is that they
Yeah.
they force zombies in there in two scenes that don't again,
Wow.
it kind of plays more into that plays more into the idea of like the loop and portals and ultimate and back dimensions that are different from ours, whatever. But past that, it's just kind of there. Yeah. So watch it if you want. I don't think you'll need to watch it right now to for anything else, but we'll see how the other movies play out in this uh, Army of the Dead universe. But right now, you can skip it if even if a general heist movie is in your thing, you can probably skip it, or if you got a lazy Sunday, need something to watch.
Hmm.
With that being said, that will lead me into my next one, which I enjoyed a hell of a lot more. The Harder They Fall. Um, it's a black western, as I stated earlier. Again, all the characters are based off of real life figures. Um, and I told you guys in the um, in the group chat that this is what, in my opinion, Django could have been. It's like a black exploitation cowboy movie. The music is, I think, modern, or at least they use like modern sounds in soundtrack. The music is fantastic. The movie looks beautiful. It's great. It's beautifully shot. The acting all around is really good. You'll notice a lot of faces in here. What's his name from Loki show? Kane
Or
the
from Loveless.
Conqueror. The character or the actor
Yeah.
playing Kane is
Yeah.
the lead in here. Idris Elba is in here. Um, the guy from the Atlanta, not Paperboy, but
Stanfield or something like that.
his other friend. Um,
The skinny dude.
yeah, skinny dude. The guy that's in Get Out and was it Thank You for Calling or something like that. He's fantastic in it. I think he's kind of a standout in
He's fantastic in anything.
yeah, because because
Yeah.
like he never just plays a stereotype. Like he plays different roles in different ways, and I just
Yeah.
like the way he approaches roles. I'm a huge fan of him. I I should know his name, but I'm god awful with names. Um, the movie, the general synopsis of the film is Nat Love when he was a child. Idris Elba's character, Rufus Buck, comes to his house and murders his father and mother in front of him and carves an X on his forehead. And
Is
that
it an
leaves,
X or a cross?
I'm sorry, it's a cross. It's a cross on his forehead.
I didn't even
And
watch the movie.
that leaves
Seems like a
Net
fucked
Love
up thing to
to
do.
Net Love. And there's the cool explanation for it, why he did it. Again, each Salba is also a stand on this. He's not as prevalent in the movie, but the few scenes he does have, he's really good in it. I always lobbied for him to be Django when the news first came out, and I still think he'd be fantastic. He would have brought a different uh, dynamic to the film, but in here he's a great bad guy. His motivation for what he's doing is really I don't want to say noble because the way he goes about it is with violence and death, but um, his plans, what he wants to do is understandable. Um, again, a bad guy who you understand what he's trying to do. You may not agree with what he's doing, but it's kind of a pretty good cause when you kind of put it in context in history. Um, when when you get to the actual shootouts at the end, which is like lasts like half an hour, it's an awesome western. Again, great music, shot beautifully. Um, I think the weakest part is the dialogue and the script, and or the dialogue. It gets better as the movie goes along, but it feels kind of generic and flat at first. It kind of I won't say drags his feet in the first quarter of the movie, but it's setting things up and getting things going. Once we get to about like the 40-minute mark, and now things are in place, everything starts to come together. It's a really fun movie. once I got past the first quarter of the film, I'm like, you know what? I'm in it. Let's do it. It's fantastic.
Wait, why would you have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm in it, it's fantastic, if
I
it is
think it just
fantastic?
means you started feeling it at that point.
Yeah, because then because again they gave me a reason to be like, okay, I want to see what's gonna happen next. Now I understand these characters a little bit. You're kind of setting up the world. Okay, you know what? Let's see what you go with it, and they didn't disappoint. Um, to
And
me,
Django
anyways.
didn't hook you in right away.
No, it did, and then it didn't, and then it did, and then it didn't, and then it kind of lost me at the end. This one was more like of a of a really well built.
Consistency
Well, I
or
don't want to say
something.
roller coaster because the roller coaster goes down. It's more like a mountain. It just keeps going up and up and up until you get to the peak. It's like, that's cool. Because again, like the ending, there's a twist, which you can probably figure out pretty quickly.
It's his dad.
Uh, but again, like the way that he explains why he does it is I'm like, damn, you are fucked up, but that is really cool. That's a good way to get revenge. It's really cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I can talk about this movie a lot and say that I really enjoyed it. Um, just check it out for
It's on
yourselves, I
Netflix,
guess.
right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Just came out. Brand spanking new. Uh, give it a shot. If you like westerns or you like because so I'm not that well versed in like black exploitation films, but I think this falls in that line, kind of you know, in that genre. Well done. Definitely has a budget. Um, they they
Hmm.
leave the stuff open for a possible sequel if people are interested. I don't know if I would necessarily. Well, I wouldn't say no, but I would kind of ponder why. But yeah, I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed this movie a lot. Um, I would definitely say go out of your way to watch it. Again, like if you're gonna like if you're a type of person who just hates westerns, you're not gonna like this because again, like westerns is a very specific genre. Even when you try to like mix it with I don't know
Hmm.
like zombies or exploitation or whatever it is, it's still a western. Some people find that off putting. Some, not everyone. Check it out. Um, I think this would be a interesting pairing to watch back to back with Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and all them. Just like cool, like
Yeah.
two good
I
back to
love that
back
movie.
westerns. You know, just kind of like fun stuff you can put in the background. And again,
That was a good
uh,
movie. I thought that movie didn't do well.
it did well enough.
I don't know if it was good though.
It was good, and it did well enough. Like again, it's not bringing in like Marvel money, but yeah, every now and then we get a western that makes good money, and then like in the next 4 or 5 years we'll get another one that's really good. It stands out. Um,
It'll like green light other stuff, right?
yeah,
If it's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, this is great. Check it out. I'm waiting for the official Spotify playlist to come up and to follow that because again the soundtrack was really great in this. I was
Nice.
blasting my TV. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, woo.
Hmm.
So it was good. I
How quickly paced is it? You said like the first quarter of it is kind of slow, and then
yeah,
like
cause
last half hour is a lot of action. So
yeah, yeah, a lot of action, and yeah, it's not like oh like a couple of shots and it's over. Like I think they go for at least a good 25-30 minutes, which is like action stuff, just shoot out, and it's pretty fun. Um, but yeah, like again, like I don't want again. It's not like a oh I gotta watch this first half an hour. I can't believe I hate it, and then it gets better. It's more like it takes its time to like introduce and build like the story and what's going on, and kind of like fill you in, and then as it starts to play out, it's like oh okay cool. So if that makes sense,
okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I want to
So
see it. I mean, I love westerns, so this is something I would want to see.
yeah, check it out. I check it
And
out.
those
It's
actors, those two actors you mentioned, I do like them a lot. So
yeah. I mean like this whole cast alone is outstanding, and they is it the Golden Globes or or the Oscars that have like best ensemble casts
In the
category.
Could be
Globes.
the Oscars.
I think it's Globes.
Yeah. If it is the Globes, whoever it is, this movie should be nominated for ensemble cast because it is really solid all around. I didn't really see a weak link in there. So, um,
Mhm.
I think I gave it
Cool.
a 7.5. I think I said I think I'm gonna say 8.
Something like that.
But it's definitely high ranking for me. This is this will definitely be on my top 10 as of right now, unless like Last Night in Soho and like a bunch of other new movies come out, just kind of bump it off. But I see this making it in the top 10 for me. Spoiler alert. So
Okay.
yeah, so that was The
Right
Harder
on.
They Fall on Netflix. Uh, and that's really about it for me. Yeah, that's all my nerd outs.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
yeah. So, do we have anything else to add, or anything you guys want to talk about, or anything, or are we good?
I think we're good.
Oh
good?
boy.
Good.
We're good. So, I guess we'll go into our spiel here and sign us off. Welcome, guys, to a ending of the show. And if you're sad, you can go back and watch all the old episodes. But you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Three Nerds on a Sunday. You want to listen to the podcast in your ears or in your car or at work, wherever you are. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any podcasting app of your choice. Thank you guys again for listening to another episode. We'll be back next week for some more shenanigans and tomfoolery.
Okay.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Knock it in.
Bye.